So let me explain a little bit about the signal path of the high-end audio system. So you can see this is the speaker, and it's a three-way speaker. We have a ribbon tweeter and a 2 mid-range, and then 2 10" woofers. And the reason for three-way is to utilize the best frequency range of each of those drivers and make the sounds much lower distortion and higher fidelity. And then we have the speaker cable connected to the amplifiers. So in this case, we have separate amplifiers, 2 monoblocks, the Bryston 7B SST, so one on this side and the other one on the other side. And then feeding the monoblocks, because they don't have a volume adjust, you need a preamplifier. In this case, we have an Adcom passive preamp. So this is the preamplifier. The preamplifier feeds the low voltage signal to the power amplifier, and the power amplifier converted to high current signal to drive the speakers. And then before the preamp, you need a source. In this case, say we have a CD player source. We also have a Pioneer E-Lite LX505 receiver, which can output AM, FM radio, and also can stream digital audio, Bluetooth, and all those things. Basically, the most high fidelity component should be the CD player directly through a preamp to the power amp. In this case, we use a ONKYO C7070, which is a highly reviewed CD player with separate DACs with discrete output, so very high fidelity CD player. So in terms of the amplifier, in this case we use monoblock, but there's other amplifiers also high quality. For instance, this one is a Krell. It's called FPB full powered balance power amplifier, 300 watts. And this one is a 2-channel power amplifier, again without the volume control. So you need a preamp to make this work. So I open up the top, let you see how normally the high fidelity amplifiers are made. You see right in the center a huge transformer. This is rated 1500 watts toroidal. The reason they use toroidal is first of all, it's very low emission, so there's no noise coupling into your signal path, and secondly, it's very low internal impedance, so it's capable to drive very, very high current speakers. And some other things you would notice for a high-end power amplifier is large capacitors. So in this case, I just upgraded the capacitor to 12,000 microfarad ones, and we have 8 of them on each side, 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and this side, so each channel we have 8 of them. And these are capacitors. It's very, very important because they help deliver the current to smooth the current waveform and make low noise and high current, drive high current. Of course, in this case, the Krell even better because they use a regulated power even better than normal amplifiers. And of course, some other components you can see inside to control the unit for bias. In this case, is Class A amplifier. So it actually has automatic control of the bias current, so that at low power or low volume, you consume less power, and then at high volume, it starts to increase the output current. And that way you have much better efficiency. But anyway, if you look at the heatsink, these professional power amplifiers, they have huge heatsinks because to the output high current signal, they need a lot of transistors in parallel and generate a lot of heat. Especially for this case, this is a Class A. So Class A generates much more heat than Class AB. So for instance, this Bryston is a Class AB. You can also see some large heatsink, but compared with this Krell, it's much smaller. Normally people would think Class A sound better. It has more kind of tube kind of sound because most of tube amplifier, they work at the Class A mode. Then on the back, again, you can see the terminals, very large terminals. You can put very high gauge kind of speaker cable to have lower resistance. So this is about the overall summary. So later on, we will cover each of those components in more details and about how to select the component, interconnect, and the speakers, and so on and so forth. Thank you.